Hey everybody, I want to show you how to fix your own pipe bursts. Disclaimer first, I'm not a licensed plumber, so do this at your own risk, but I will tell you that every piece here is approved for plumbing code. These are what they call SharkBite fittings. These are made by the SharkBite company, and they are patented. These are great fittings that are quick, no solder, no mess, no nothing. And this is called PEX, P-E-X tube. This is what goes in most houses these days instead of copper. This tubing is excellent. Comes in red, white, and blue. It doesn't matter what color you can get your hands on. Just get your hands on 1/2-inch PEX and 1/2-inch SharkBite fittings. Now this is a female and female on this. And so once you push this in, you pretty much can't get it back out again without a tool. So this is how simple it is. I've already cut the pipe. Let's pretend that right there is your pipe burst. If it's in your wall diagonally or it's above or what have you, you want to cut back as far as you can from that, but still leave enough room between studs and whatever to make sure these fittings go on. Plus, if you make a mistake, you still want something left up against the wall, okay? So get as much space, and the reason why you want as much space past that is this tube needs to flex and go into the second fitting once the first fitting is on and you've cut your pipe. So that's the reason for that. So I've already cut them. This is a simple pipe cutter. I like the tiny one because you can get it in. All you do is you put it on and you start to tighten it and twist it around and keep tightening and twisting and tightening and twisting, and eventually your pipe will come off and be a perfect cut like that. Now, if you don't have one, and just get a hacksaw, get something. But if you hacksaw this pipe, clean it up. Inside and out, you want to clean that up with some sandpaper, something. Make sure you get the inside of that lip too, because you want a clean lip there. You also want to clean up the outside of this pipe on both ends. Pretend this is the other end that I've cut the center out of. Okay, you want to clean that up with either some sandpaper or some steel wool and make it nice and clean on the pipe. Okay, so this is how a SharkBite fitting works. Once you push it in, you can't get it back out again. So it's this simple. Now you can leave these in place. These come with those in place and you can work them, or you can simply put that in to the pipe and push that fitting on and then push it all the way back to where it pops and hits, and you'll feel it hit right back here. And once it's on, it is not coming off, and it's guaranteed not to come off once it's on, as long as you clean that area. So you don't want to cut and do first. What you want to do is get both your fittings on first, okay? So in this case, I'm also going to pop one of these out on this end here because it'll make it easier for me on the other. So I'm going to take a piece of pipe and I'm going to put it in the end. That's simple. And I'm going to push it in this end here, okay? Because remember, this was the place where we cut out, and that's where the hole was. Now on this end, I'm going to do the same thing. Actually, I'm going to leave it in and I'm going to put it on, okay? And I'm going to make sure that I got that seated, and now I'm going to push real hard, and you hear it hit. It's not going to come out. So now you gauge the difference between these two. See here? So now when you put this up, you want to figure this pipe goes to the very end of this cap right here. So I'm going to cut that. You can use a razor cutter, just cut it clean and square. And so these are simple PVC cutters. Boom, done, okay? So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put that in there to keep it from collapsing. And now I'm going to squeeze and work this around, and I'm going to pop it in, and I am going to put it in place. And that, my friends, is how quickly you can fix a damaged area pipe with this PEX pipe. Make sure you have a PEX removal tool. Very simple, yeah, real simple. This is how simple it is. If you make a mistake with the length of the PEX, put it in this end and cut your PEX near the other end so that you can grab a hold of it, squeeze back on it, and pull that PEX out. Okay? That's simple. So, real quickly, what if you can't get these? They're in short supply right now from Home Depot, Lowe's, and everybody. They're non-existent probably. But what you might be able to get your hands on is a 1/2-inch SharkBite cap. That's where you can cap it off. So several of my friends have had burst pipes here that we went over and took a look at. The burst is actually right before it goes out to the exterior faucet. That faucet gets ice cold, comes in, freezes the line, and bursts the pipe near the faucet. Well, you know what? You don't need that faucet for now. You just need pressure back in your house, right? Do the same thing. Cut out the section you're going to replace. Simply put this cap on the opposite end of the pipe, and the end that is not going, of course, to the outside spigot, because you don't need that. You need the pressure to build back up in your house. Push it on, you're done. It's not going to come off until you need it to come off, and you can make your repairs once you get these in some PEX tube down the road. You've now capped off anything. Let's say that the same thing happened up in your attic. Whether you have PEX in your attic or you have copper in your attic. What if it was a line that's only going to one room of the house that you can do without, but you need line elsewhere? Do the same thing. Cut like you're going to repair it, but cap off the water for the rest of the house and not the bathroom. Make sure that you get the right end cap before you turn the water back on, and put a cap on it. So yeah, you don't have that bathroom for now, but there's no plumbing products out there right now. You can at least have water in the rest of your house and be able to live in the meantime. So I hope this was helpful. The same thing that I just did applies to PEX tubing in your house. Okay? Even if it's near fitting or what have you, you can buy the SharkBites and do the same thing with a quick patch in the tube and do the SharkBite in between the tube, right? Or you can buy the PEX fittings and do the PEX, do the crimping, but that gets a little more expensive in that it's a great permanent fix, but now you got to have one of these. And this is a PEX crimping tool. And that's a lot more expensive, 30, 40 bucks. But you know what? If you can't get these and you can get these to make the deal work, you can certainly do it. Okay? Hope that's helpful, and I hope you can fix your own pipes based on this. Take care.